Out of Delaware with the Porsche. Daniel Mullins. 1084.9, 158 the speed for Keith Mayers down the southern side of the racetrack for that run. Brings up the Mustang, left side, Jeff McMillan. Out in New Paris, Pennsylvania for the engine builder, and Corey Litch. Sherwood, Arkansas. Runner up yesterday. 303 up front, 129. 1083, 111 miles an hour for Jeff McMillan down the left side. Ben Hike and Michael Harris. Michael Harris is Norwood, North Carolina Camaro. The 80 model, right side with the 525. Big block in the 427. The 86 model Chevrolet of Rochester, New York for Ben. Ben Height's going to be 36 up front and 1092 elapsed time, 128 miles an hour. And Michael Harris is going to go here at 1085, 147. Eric Corey, right side of the S10. And Dave Birchfeld brings up that Camaro alongside out of Harlan, New Jersey. Corey's going to run here at 1087, 148 miles an hour to the right side, too. Dave Birchfeld's 1083 elapsed time. Kelly Kondratic and Robbie Welch. Kelly Kondratic, the Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Monte Carlo. JKR Incorporated, and Robbie Welch, the JCR Products. Fort Fairlane to the left side. Going to be 1093, 135 miles an hour for Ryan to the top end of the 1096 charge, and on 129 for Kelly Kondratic after being 004 here at the starting line. Richard Payne, right side of the racetrack now. House of Payne Performance Nova. Waynesboro, Virginia, and Dave Markles. Nova as well, the 67 model, Scottsville, New York. Entry for the machinist. Fifteen to a 004 there. Dave Markle. Number 5 finished in the division last year. Rolls on down the left side to an elapsed time of 1086 at 144. 1088 there for Richard Payne at 142. Kyle Bigley and Ed McLeaf. McLeaf's machine left side out of Schillinghouse, Pennsylvania. Kyle Bigley's Pontiac. from New Jersey for KB Trailer Sales and BTE. Former division champ sitting over there on the right side. Kyle Bigley going to be 14 up front. The Pontiac comes off the stop. Dad Ed watching on. Closing in on the 1320 foot mark, and Kyle Bigley is going to go 1089, 6 to 135. 1084, 140 miles an hour for Ed McLeaf down the left side. Taylor Iacono, yesterday's winner, as the S10 out of Schmong, New Jersey, and Sean Frick alongside. The Pontiac Firebird. It's 1089-1, 133 miles an hour for Taylor. Sean was 005 and 10.901. 6 total for Sean Frick in the accelerated travel Pontiac. Frank Volpe here on the right side. Volpe's Camaro out of New York, and Ed Pauley, first gen Camaro from Shelby, North Carolina. Your attention to the pits. We're going to make the call for Superstock to staging. Superstock. First call, Superstock. Staging lanes, please. Qualifying session number 1 here this morning. Give me your one and only. Superstock. Into the lanes, please. Frank Volpe, 19 thou red, 1098, 125. 1088, 139. The speed there for Paulie, and just 12 at the let go. Darren Wood comes out of the water box right side. Pontiac Firebird out of Connecticut. And Rick Mattiolis. 6 New Jersey Camaro. Thou red for Darren Wood, and it's going to be 1089.7 overall. A good run for Darren Wood. Rick Matigoli was 11 up front at 1089.2. Both of those machines. Be ready for round number 1 later. Christy Pascal and crew out of Harlan, New Jersey on the right side for Split Decision Racing brings up the Vega wagon. Michael Eppert, mechanic behind the wheel of the Monte Carlo. Here on the left side of the racetrack. We have called Super Stock to the lanes, please. Super Stock staging. Christy Pascal, 1108. A little slow this morning, 154. 1094, 108 for Eppert. Scott Mackey and Larry Payton now. Scott Mackey's machine right side up from Florida. Larry Payton brings up the S10 from Chester Springs, Pennsylvania. Scott Mackey, 15 up front, and it's going to be 10.9 at 08, 151 mile an hour charge for Mackey. Larry Payton, 1088, 146. Nice runs out of both of those entries here. Dominic Bergese here on the left side. B&B Auto, Williamstown, New Jersey. 69 Camaro in the Monza. out of Summerfield, Florida for Victor Singer. Finish line, 1086, 127 there for Victor Singer down to the top end. 1089, 6 and 138 for Dominic Bergese. Final car of the category, Brian Sawyer, rating division champ. Brian Sawyer, 17 green. And it is going to be an elapsed time of 10:89.6, 146 miles an hour for Brian Sawyer. And that will officially end out Super Street. Moving into Super Comp next. All right, so rolling into Super Comp. Bruce Broker and Bill Pitts will be our first pair out. New York-based Ed Quaybill race car on the left-hand side, and truck driver out of Brunswick, Ohio. E1 model Chevrolet Camaro, 572 cubic inch big block for Bruce Broker. Once again, Super Stock should be coming to the staging lanes, please. Attention to the pit, Super Stock staging. Bruce Broker 74 up front, and it's going to be 887, 157 to the 882, 173 charge for Bill Pitts down the left-hand side. Stephen Spaulding and Dave Markle. Dave Markle left side from New York. He's up the Diamond Built race car and the undercover machine out of New Jersey. General contractor, Spaulding, General Construction. Stephen Spaulding. Spaulding, 39 on the let go, and it's 891, 468 miles an hour to the 883 charge, 175 the speed for Dave Markle. Here's Stein. Out of Downingtown, Pennsylvania, the accountant. And Brandon Page on the left side. Page Racing Engine, 615 cubic inch Chevrolet. A 2017 model Maddox entry. Brandon Page, 009 up front. Kara's right behind at 11 green. Right-hand side, Kara Stein is going to run here at 876, 183. 893, 179, the speed for Brandon Page. Chris Gerritsen backs up left side of the racetrack now to Delaware, and Michael Bodner brings up the A&A Auto Salvage undercover race car. All right, so this is going to be Rich Dorr right side. The undercover race car in Watertown, New York. And David Morris from Clover, South Carolina. David Morris, 005, and is going to run here to a 886 around 166 miles an hour. 887.1, 171, the numbers there for Rich Dorr. Richard Bernier and Richard Leone. Leone, left side. 20 up front. And the race tech rolls on down to the summit lane to an 887 run. 8.906 there for Richard Bernier. 178. Thomas Slatter and Randy Winfelder. Winfelder's machine right side. Spitzerveld race car. Street, Maryland, and the New Jersey Home Inspector. AVP exterminating the undercover entry for Thomas Slater. Oh, here comes Dave Stein, left side. And Jerron settles alongside. Imagine that Customs, Waldorf, Maryland-based entry there for Jerron. 33 up front, the 89 reaction time for Dave Stein. The heavy equipment mechanic, left side at 882, 180 miles an hour, Dave Stein. The 885 170 charge there for Jerron Settles. It's going to be Joey Cambria and David Longdown. Joey Cambria is going to be right side of Shillington, Pennsylvania. David Long's machine, the S&W race car. 565 cubic inch Chevrolet. Up front, David Long runs on down to an 8.909 elapsed time, 175 miles an hour. Joey Cambria is going to drill to an 886 run, 174. Eric Reef now backs up in the right lane. Boyertown, Pennsylvania, the machinist. DSR Racing Products, Mullisville Race Car, and Bill Hardifer, W&T Pipeline Consultants, from Schmalk, New Jersey. Eric Reef, 004 up front. Top end of the racetrack, it's going to be 887. 8.908 there for Hardifer at 179 on speed. Nice run 14 up front. Here comes Chase Fonstock and Josh Eastburn. Eastburn with the undercover entry out of Delaware. Right side in the Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Chase Fonstock with that 565 cubic inch Chevrolet. Josh Eastburns, 42 on the reaction time and 878 quick here this morning. Fonstock's going to be 892 on the left-hand side after being 53 on the reaction time. Tiffany Mink, Delta, Pennsylvania, on the right-hand side of the racetrack, and Howie Smith, H2 Motorsports, the undercover entry, 632 cubic inch Chevrolet. Tiffany Mink shuts the clock off. 881, 167 there on the atomizer side of the 888 run for Howie Smith. Amanda Boychesko right side. Crystal Wilbur's going to be alongside. Palm City, Florida. Cover race car for the photographer and the accountant from Pennsylvania for Amanda. Here at the starting line, and they're going to roll on down. 885, 178 the speed for Amanda Boychesko. Crystal Wilbur shuts the clock off at 888, 167. Not bad runs for both of them there. Stephen Logan's machine now. Over on the right side, the Dan Page built race car coming out of Massachusetts, and Chris Stepelkas. Ransom, West Virginia. Undercover entry. 565 cubic inch big block for power. Stephen Logan. 33 on the reaction time, and it's going to be an 883 run. Stepelka was a little late at the starting line, did not matter. Looking for the elapsed time. It's 886, 181. Therefore, Christopher Stepelka. Miranda Marsters now. Completes the burnout left side. And Deborah Moses. Goes to the American race car to Colonia, New Jersey. They're in the right lane. Red, Deborah Moses. And it's going to be an 883 run. A little quick this morning. Miranda's going to be a little closer to the index at 885. Play on the left side. Here comes the Gilbert's Automotive Phantom-built race car to York, Pennsylvania. That's Tom Hunter. And Ken Moses. He's right up behind the wife. Ken Moses Transmissions. And Moses, 007, 885.9, 192 the speed there. Tom Hunter missed it. At 138 at the starting line, and 889 has the auto stop timer set though. $1.84. Chuck Crepola, Mike Rabalato, side-by-side matchup here. Crepola went to the finals yesterday. Fell a little short. American race car to West Springfield, Massachusetts for the retired firefighter. Leaves to be 16-3. Rabalato is 002. And the Sophia, North Carolina undercover race car for Mike Rabalato is going to run to an 8.902 run. Fourth out total. Crepola goes dead 6, 8.906, 187. Lee Ream and Bill Krug now. Lee Ream. It's going to be 007 here at the starting line, top end of the racetrack. Ream's going to run down to an 889 run. 885, 169. Bill Krug, summit side. Christina Walter now. AC Contracting in Adel, Pennsylvania. And Thomas Smith over on the left side. Racecraft entry. Walter 20 on the reaction time, and this one's going to be an 890 with a 2-run. 169 the speed. Nice run overall for Christina Walter. Thomas Smith 887, 178, 59 up front. Chad Taylor. Dave Markle now. Chad Taylor right side from Lawrence, South Carolina, the engine builder. Dave Markles. Scottsville, New York based. Dragster with that 582 cubic inch Chevrolet. Chad Taylor, 61 and 886, 187 miles an hour. Dave Markle, how about that? 005 and 8.902. 7 total there for Dave Markle at 171 on speed. Randy Midget and Chuck Harris into the water box now. Thou red for Randy. The undercover race car out of Virginia Beach, Virginia rolls on down to an elapsed time of 891.2, 180 miles an hour, 926 off the pace at 155 for Chuck Harris. Now here comes Jamie Madison and Jeff Kondratic. Kondratic on the left-hand side of Maryland. Jeff Kondratic, 25 up front, and his machine's going to go here to an 885 run, 895. 24 on the tree for Jamie Madison. Ed McLeod out of Schillinghouse, Pennsylvania now, left-hand side of the racetrack, and Kent Hanley from Raleigh, North Carolina. Ed Quay built race car. Ken Hanley, 11 up front and 888, 181 miles an hour. McLeod, 007, 886. Let's run for both there. They get ready for round number 1 later today. 29 completes the burnout left side now. AMC powered race tech entry, and Tom Stalba has the big block. Sitting between the frame rails, the undercover dragster, right-hand side. Super stock should be in the staging lanes, please. Super stock. If you are not already there, you should be. You're going to follow Super Comp. Red light left side by 19th Al. Alan O'Brien comes off the stop, closes in on the 1,320-foot mark. And Team QPR is going to go 889, 174 miles an hour for Alan O'Brien. 886. And 12 on the tree there for Tom Stalba. Kathy Wover, right side of the Palm City, Florida. Roofing contractor, L&W Roof Systems. Jackson Panic, the transmission builder, and his wife, Katie. Kathy Wober is going to be 886, 173, 889, 189 there for Jackson Panic. Dennis LeBlanc and Pat DeBotis. Botis right side. Al, Michigan. Dennis LeBlanc's Manchester, New Hampshire-based entry over here on the left side of the racetrack. Pat DeVotis, 899, 180 the speed to Dennis LeBlanc's 895 charge. Down that left-hand side of the racetrack. So John Martin, Scott Mackey. We'll light the pre-stage bulbs here in just a moment. The Cream Ridge, New Jersey. Pressman drags to right side for John Martin. Scott Mackey wheeling the Dan Page machine out of Florida. Mackey's off the stop first. John Martin follows suit. Now they're going to roll on down to the top end at 894, 189. John Martin, 887, 171. The speed there for Scott Mackey's entry. Kyle Bigley and Walter Rolt now. Kyle Bigley comes off the stop, 15 up front. Top end of the racetrack. Your number 4 finisher in the world from last year runs here at 889.9, 166. 885, 186 the speed there for Walter Olt down the left side. Sean Frick's going to be the single run here, and that's going to end out Super Cup, and we will roll directly into Super Stock. Sean Frick 004, and it's going to be 888, 183 for Sean Frick down the right side. And right into Superstock qualifying we will go. First pair, Taylor Donahue and Joe Cunningham. GTQ automatic Mustang, left side there for Taylor. 289 cubic inch Ford, and Joe Cunningham's Cobra Jet Mustang. Taylor Donahue is going to be 48 up front. Joe Cunningham, Cobra Jet. Run here at 9:21 off the 10:35 index at 122. 10:74, 121 there for Taylor on the left-hand side. That's going to put Joe Cunningham at 11:37 under the index. Next up, Gulamino, right side, GTL automatic, Thunderbird. And Dave Collette, factory Superstock E. Rec Pack Challenger, 512 cubic inch Dodge, out of Perrysville, Maryland. David Collette's going to be 43 thou red, does not matter. 9:06 elapsed time, 149 the speed there. Victor Gulamino's 10:22 charge at 129. Jacques Blaze, right side, brings up the Connecticut-based Mustang GTI automatic entry, 460 cubic inch blue oval, and Mike Walter out of Ohio. Pontiac Firebird, 327 cubic inch GM power plant. Mike Walter is going to be 10:47 off the 11:45 index at 126. 9:77 elapsed time for Jock and $1:36. Mike Walter at 97 under the index. Next up, Steve Comella, Superstock A Hemi machine, left-hand side of the racetrack, and Herbie Knoll alongside. Herbie Knoll has that Camaro fixed. Fortunately, yesterday, got down to the semifinals and had to push off. Tilburg Racing Engines. Chevrolet over here on the right side. Steve Comella, number 4 finisher in the world from last year. Webster, New York. Hands on the gas to be 33 up front. Herbie Knoll is going to be 15 green. Out and down course, they go. Steve Comella going to run 8:57 off the 960 index, 154 miles an hour. 970, 135, the numbers there for Herbie Knoll. Steve Comella goes 10:28 under. So that machine in the number 2 position right now. Charles Cockerham and Greg Porter will be here next up. Gregory Porter, GTL Automatic Oldsmobile Cutlass. Here on the right side, and Charles Cockerham, the painter out of Pennsylvania. Rolls on down the left-hand side, 003 and 960, 139 miles an hour to the 1011, 128 charge out of Gregory Porter's entry. Dean Ribeiro, should say. Secretary Automatic Camaro, and Jim Reynolds going to be alongside. Be modified, 413 cubic inch small block in the 57 Bel Air to Raleigh, North Carolina. Dean Ribeiro, 15 up front. Reynolds is 002. The Chevrolet over on the left-hand side goes 904. Wow, 147 miles an hour. And Ribeiro, 1077, 123. Corey Taylor and John Kursenberger. Kursenberger's factory Superstock F Camaro, right side. That's Division 2, the Tennessee runner. And Corey Taylor has that 69, a Chevrolet Camaro. John Kursenberger misses it by 91 thou at the starting line, and 948, 141 the speed to the 1005, 129 charge at a Corey Taylor. This is going to bring up Bert Powell and Ron Huntsberry, two GT machines. 84 model Camaro left side. Out of Garner, North Carolina for the engineer, and Ron Huntsberry's Cobalt. Hagerstown, Maryland. So the I automatic on the left, the H automatic on the right. And they work their way into the pre-stage and stage beams here. On the gas a little early. Ron Huntsberry misses it by 3 thou. Powell misses it by 40 thou. And Ron Huntsberry runs here at 956 off the 1050 index at 136. 968, 135 there for Burt. Not a bad run for either. 96.8 under there for Powell, and 93.8 under for Huntsberry. Now Bill Ryan right side, GTG automatic Cavalier, and Michael Pearson brings up the 68 model 327 Chevrolet Camaro out of Tampa, Florida. Ryan, 10:03, 129. Michael Pearson's 10:13, 127 charge there after being 15 back here at the starting line. Steve Zupka and Hillary Salone. Hillary Salone, yesterday's runner-up, factory GTK Duster out of Broadway, North Carolina. Steve Zupka has that 2018 model Copo Camaro, big block car on the left-hand side. Steve Zupka down course and is going to run to a 8:80.60 laps time, 150 miles an hour off the 990 index. Hillary Salone, 994, 130. That's one of the quicker runs of the weekend there for Hillary. Larry Miller and Bob Bagley. Goes over to the water box now. Bob Bagley, Superstock M-Automatic, 57 Chevrolet. We're here on the right side of Warsaw, Virginia, and Larry Miller's Barracuda, Plymouth 440, combination out of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. They're going to stay on the gas. Bagley a little late here at 196. Larry Miller is going to be 34 up front. And at the other end, Miller goes through at 972. 11:21, 114, Bob Bagley. George Taylor and Corey Alexander going to take their burnouts now. There's George Taylor's modified Camaro, going to be 39 on the reaction time. Runs on down the left-hand side to a 9:18 elapsed time off the 10 flat index at 143. 10:78 and 123 miles an hour for Corey Alexander. Now Eric Mann, for RJM Motorsports, Trinity, North Carolina, comes up with the Cobalt left-hand side. The B-modified entry, 355 cubic inch Chevrolet, and Kenneth Horn has the Oldsmobile Achieva. Kenny's Auto Specialties, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Kenneth Horn missed it by 12 foul. And is going to run here to an elapsed time of 9:81, 135. 8:25, 162 the speed for Eric Mann. Comes Bob Letelier and Mark Alvey. Mark Alvey, GTG Automatic Cavalier out of Chesterfield, Virginia now. 1040 the index to the 1020 index for the factory Superstock F Camaro. Bob Letelier, 12 on the reaction time, and the Bob's Auto Sales. Camaro at 9:55, 139. 10:95 off the gas early for Mark Alvey down the left side. 3 Huntsberry. Brings up the 87 model Chevrolet Camaro out of Hagerstown, Maryland. And Sterling Simmons. We're here on the left-hand lane with the Cavalier. DF automatic combination, 350 cubic inch GM power plant. Sterling Simmons at 926, 143 miles an hour. Huntsberry goes 997, 117. Lifting early there. Brittany Bolts brings her Pontiac to the starting line. GTM automatic entry, 327 Chevrolet, and Travis S. Travis S., that beautiful 64 Dodge 440 out of Orangeburg, West Virginia for the painter. Travis S. 12:20 at 73 to the 10:46, 126. Laps time and speed for Brittany Bolts down that right-hand side. Being 37 on the tree. David Thomas, factory Super Stock E Challenger, and Mike Posey brings up that Jet Hot Coatings Camaro out of Youngsville, North Carolina, right side. Pair is set to go. They stand on the gas pedal. Mike is going to be 45, going by the Christmas tree. David Thomas is 084. That Dodge is going to pull out in front. Top end of the racetrack, 920 at 145 miles an hour to the 1042, 126. Charted to Mike Posey's Chevrolet. Roger Reese and Scott Giordano. Giordano left side on Staten Island. New York-based 87 Chevrolet Camaro. 65 Nova 327 small block for Roger Reese. The mechanic, Reese's Garage in Manchester, Maryland. Roger Reese, 1053 off the 11 flat index at 106. 987, 132 there for Giordano down the summit side. He's going to bring up 2 more. John Cera in the Nova. And Bill Kennedy's GTM automatic Pontiac Firebird over here on the left-hand side. $17,000 red John Cera, the GTK automatic Nova, goes through at 1032, 127. 1029, 129 speed for Bill Kennedy. Kevin Renner and Kevin Locklear. Locklear right side. Stanford, North Carolina. with the Duster. And for Service Department Solutions, the 98 model Superstock G-Automatic Camaro for Kevin Renner. Goes up, leave, side by side there. Kevin Locklear sets it down. Blows it in the finish line. Kevin Locklear is going to complete the run at 10:33, 126. 10:07, 128 miles an hour for Kevin Renner over there on the Summit side. Now here comes Marty Reinhardt and Nick Childs. So Nick Childs, Stock B stock, 316 cubic inch Chevrolet in the Cobalt, Fredericksburg, Virginia, and the Thomasville, Pennsylvania fabricator. Reinhardt's Performance. That's Marty. Rolls in, cages on the left side. High wide Chevrolet for Nick Childs, going to be 11 up front. So is Marty Reinhardt, top end of the racetrack. Childs, 905, 144 miles an hour, 957, 128 for Marty Reinhardt. He's going to go 97.3 under the index and be in the number 8 spot there in Superstock qualifying. Now it's going to be Dave Childs and Carol Morris. Dave's got the Cobalt in the left lane in Reedville, Virginia. And Carol Morris's Mustang over there in the right-hand lane. Carol Morris, 28 on the reaction time and 9:94 at 132 miles an hour to David Childs. 9:23 run, 144 this speed. Larry Jewell and John Agnetta. We'll wait in the water box in just a moment. Sharon Hill, Pennsylvania. Pontiac Firebird. GM automatic combination for John Agnetta. And Larry Jewell's 427 Big Block, 67 Corvette. Pennsylvania as well, here on the left side. John Agnetta, Larry Jewell blows it into the finish line stripe. Larry Jewell on the Summit side is going to run here at 9:47 off the 1020 index at 139. 10:33 the elapsed time for John Agnetta in the Pontiac. Chet Fink's GTF automatic Grand Am, the Pontiac out of Virginia, and Newton's Monza, 254 cubic inch small block. We're here in the left-hand lane. Top of the racetrack, Chet in the Pontiac at 10.005, 130 miles an hour up the 1025 index. Newton, 1009, has some problems, coast at 99.91. Your attention to the pit area, please. Top alcohol funny car and top alcohol dragster to the lanes, please. Top alcohol funny car and top alcohol dragster. This is your first class call to the staging lanes. Alcohol, and bring them on up. James Daniels, Dean Mowry now. Middle Creek Self-Storage Dodge Avenger right side. James Daniels. Ray Barton Racing Engines, 87 model, 305 Camaro. Goes up, leave. Out of the gate goes James Daniels, who's number 5 finisher in the category last year in the Northeast Division. 34 on the reaction time, and it's going to be 10:06, 131, and the 994, 109 for Dean Mowry. Joe Lisa, Vernon, New Jersey. Camaro over there in the right lane, and Wally Dent's Pontiac Firebird. Wally Dent, Charlotte Hall, Maryland. Went to the quarterfinals yesterday with that machine. Turns at 86 thou red here. Joe Lisa's going to be 1 thou red. Top of the racetrack. Summit side scoreboard for Dent. Lights up at 996, 132. 10:05, 132 miles an hour for Joe Lisa. That run right there puts Wally Dent in the number 3 qualifying position at 10:39 under. Joe Clark and Bucky Hess now. Bucky Hess, the painter out of West Virginia. Joe Clark, engine builder out of Virginia. Buick Regal 327 combination there for the GTN automatic entry for Joe Clark. Bucky Hess, high gear, closes in on the finish line, stride 32. 162 miles an hour for Bucky Hess this morning. 10:39, 124 the speed for Joe Clark down to the top end. That's going to put Bucky Hess at 1275 under to the number 2 spot. Mark Lebrecht, GT Truck B, and Herb Sullivan will be alongside GTI Automatic Camaro. Once again, top alcohol funny car and top alcohol dragster to the staging lanes, please. Attention to the pit area. Top alcohol funny car, top alcohol dragster to staging. Past the 1,000-foot mark, and Sullivan's going to run here at 10:67, 104 miles an hour. 990, 132 there for Mark Lebrecht's truck. Puts Mark Lebrecht at 94.2 to the index. Patrick Lay down. GTG Automatic Somerset, right side. And Shane Oakes as the Pontiac Firebird left-hand lane out of Woodsville, Pennsylvania. Wheels off the leave there. Shane's going to be perfect. Patrick 13 up front. And the Howell, New Jersey Somerset at 972 for Patrick Glade. 10:48, 127, Shane Oakes. right, so here comes Brian Warner and Byron Warner. Yesterday's winner over there on the right side, the 87 model Camaro, GTJ automatic entry, and Byron's GTH automatic 94 350 Camaro. Guys that had to run each other on the ladder yesterday. Relatively match up, 998 to the 969. Don Schuford now brings up the 87 Camaro, GTM automatic machine, and Wayne Eskin has the Mustang in the right side. Schubert 007 going by the Christmas tree. Closes in on the top end. It's the last time of 10:21, 129 on the 1120 index. Wayne Eskin, 10:59, 124. Charlie Mallow has the Copa on the right side, and Ricky Deckers Chevrolet as well over here in the left-hand lane. Charlie Mallow, 829, 167 miles an hour to Ricky Deckers, 979, charging $134. Jeremy Holmes and Victor Cagnazzi now. Jeremy Holmes, 49 up front, and the Chevrolet Camaro for the cabinet maker runs on down to a 989 in laps time, 132 miles an hour. Victor Cagnazzi at 926, 143. Now here comes Gary Richard and Ken Hanley. Only left side, GTF automatic Cavalier, 94 model 350 small block, and the Mustang from Gary Richard, Bayshore, New York. See Richard and Son machine. Once again, top alcohol funny car, top alcohol dragster to the staging lanes, please. Gary Richard out and down course there. It's going to be a 9:16 lap time, 145 mile an hour charge for Gary Richard, 946, 139, Ken Hanley. Pete Diagnolo and Joseph Wright. Stock H automatic Pontiac Trans Am out of Norfolk, Virginia. And Pete Diagnolo's. See stock Camaro. So final pair of the round here. And then we will go into round number 1 of Top Alcohol Dragster, followed by Top Alcohol Funny Car. Go right, Pete Diagnolo. Nice wheels up lead there for the Pontiac on the right side. That rolled in deep. Pete's going to be perfect and off the gas to a 12:31 elapsed time. 992, 128. Goes right down the atomizer lane. That will end out Superstock qualifying. We'll touch up here on the racing surface and roll into round number 1 of Top Alcohol Dragster in just a moment. So a little track prep taking place before we move into round number 1 here today of Top Alcohol Dragster and Top Alcohol Funny Car. Good time to hit the Hot Rod Grill, grab yourself something to eat, something to drink if you have not already done so. As we are officially underway in race number 2 of our doubleheader weekend here at the Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m., we'll have a chapel service in the grass across from the scales down towards the top end of the racetrack. Chaplain Dale will be taking care of that. A non-denominational RFC chapel service. Just bring a golf cart, ATV, or a chair to set in. Everyone is welcome to that. That is tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. down in the grass across from the scales. All right, so we're going to roll our first pair into the water box here in Top Alcohol Dragster in round number 1 of competition here today. Before we move into round 1, we'd ask everyone to please stand and remove their hats for our Invocation by RFC Chaplain Dale Wrestler, followed by the playing of our American National Anthem.
Thank you. Will you bow your heads with me? God, we thank you for the opportunity that we have to be here doing what we love to do in the sport of drag racing. Thank you for Virginia Motorsports. Thank you for NHRA and Lucas Oil and everybody that makes this possible. We pray that you will be with the men and women that protect us, both in this land and foreign lands, and that you would just keep your hedge of protection around them. And we pray for that same kind of protection on those going down the track today, the crews, spectators, everybody on the property. And we just ask this in your name, we pray. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, round number 1 in Top Alcohol Dragster is ready to go, and this is going to be the matchup between your number 3 and 4 qualifiers in the category. Mick Steele and Jackie Frick's going to go head-to-head here in just a moment. Mick Steele and the crew coming out of Tennessee. That machine over there on the right-hand side, and Jackie Frick, your number 8 finisher from the world from last year. Very tough machine. Out of Flemington, New Jersey for Fink Equipment and Accelerated Travel. 2 nitro burning combinations. Going to be our first pair out here. Top Alcohol Dragster. So burnouts are complete. Wipe the tires off. A few little adjustments, and it'll be time to do battle here in round number 1. Mick Steele qualifying. They've been very consistent. 540, 532, and 531. Jackie Frick has been 524, but that was really the only good pass she has made down the racetrack. The other 2 qualifying efforts, they knocked the tire off of that machine sitting on the left-hand side. So if Mick Steele can take down Jackie Frick, that's a big upset here in round number 1. Jackie Frick's going to make the move. Top into the racetrack we go. And how about 5:15.4? That is a big time run Out of the team on the left-hand side, 276 miles an hour, and Jackie Frick lights the wind lamp on the Summit side. Mick Steele, very respectable 529, and best run of the weekend for them here in round number 1 at 269.13 miles an hour. But Jackie Frick lays down a monster run at 5:15.4. Rich McPhillips was your number 1 qualifier in the category at 5:13. So Jackie and the crew who struggled in qualifying struts the muscle here in round number 1 and says, well, take that. That's now going to bring up Dwayne Shields and Tom Fox. Your number 2 and 5 qualifiers here in Top Alcohol Dragster going to go head-to-head. Supercharged combination of the right side. The nitro burning machine there for Dwayne Shields. Over here on the left side. So Tom Fox out of Chemung, New Jersey. 51-year-old behind the wheel of the admin build entry. Team pin grade. VP NGK. They've made 2 attempts here at the racing surface this weekend. That machine in the number 5 spot at 5:33. Dwayne Shields has been 5:18 for the Boulder City, Nevada. Muscle Milk. Entry over there. Dwayne Shields has virtually had a bracket car here this weekend in qualifying. 5:43, 5:19, and 5:18, the 3 runs that they have made so far. Jackie just went out there and laid down a 5:15 number. So now you got to wonder what Dwayne Shields is going to bring to the table here. Tom Fox, he's just hoping to go A to B and be there for the upset if Dwayne Shields' machine does not make a clean run down the racetrack. Fox, weather conditions right now, you might see that machine go into the 20s. Dwayne Shields, they got to do a good tune-up in it. Definitely see a 5:15 or better coming out of the Muscle Milk crew over on the left-hand side. So this pair just about set to go. Pre-stage bulbs lit right side for Tom Fox. Dwayne Shields rolls in. We'll have to find out what's going to happen. Problem for Tom Fox, 2 steps into the starting line, and this is going to be Dwayne Shields. How about 5:18.0, 277 the speed, and they are within 3 thousandths of their best qualifying effort. Dwayne Shields has a very consistent race car here this weekend at Virginia. Tom Fox had some problems and coasted on down to a 7:44 elapsed time. You've seen the chutes come out early, and the machine was not happy whatsoever, so we'll go out there and check the racing surface. Be down for just a moment. Yeah, so we just got word from the top of the racetrack. We are dry out there, just making the final check of the racing surface. I believe there was a pilot shootout in the shutdown area that they're grabbing. So as soon as we are clear at the top end, the lights will go green and we will bring Daniel Dietrich and Rich McPhillips to life, your number 1 and 6 qualifiers here. McPhillips and the crew has been 5:25 and 5:13. To put that machine in the number 1 spot, the contractor out of Pennsylvania. And Daniel Dietrich made some nice consistent runs in the 570 zone. All right, so Daniel Dietrich, Glenarm, Maryland, DLD Mechanical Services, supercharged machine, right side, and Rich McPhillips. Family operation there in the left-hand lane. So, number 1 and 6, head-to-head here. Jackie Frick has low ET the round so far. They're set. Out of the gate we go. Daniel Dietrich's right alongside, but Rich McPhillips pulls ahead at how about 5? 18.6, 279 miles an hour. Rich McPhillips is going to continue his winning ways here in round number 1. 5:58, best for the weekend there for Daniel Dietrich. He couldn't count that team out whatsoever. 267.75 the numbers. Went right down the right side, but Rich McPhillips lays down a very nice run here in first round of eliminations, the top alcohol dragster. Jackie Fricks ends the category, or ends the round, I should say, with low ET. And now we're going to bring out top alcohol funny car. Brian Golick and Dan Pomponio wait here patiently. Number 2 qualifier on the left-hand side out of New Jersey. Celebrating a birthday today. Dan Pomponio, I believe, is turning 67 or 68. Brian Golick over there is your number 3 qualifier. The Camaro out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. So your attention to the pit area, please. Super Gas. Going to bring him to the lanes, please. Super Gas. This is going to be your call. Super Gas for your time run. No burnouts are complete there, side by side. Brian Gullick. In Pomponio, left-hand lane, the engineer. The Monte Carlo. Bodied. Funny car. Pomponio has been 547, 545, and 553. Very consistent race car Dan Pomponio has. Brian Gullick, they've only made one good run down the racing surface here this weekend. They took all 3 qualifying attempts, and that good run was 565 at 253. So Gullick's got their work cut out for him. On the right side, you're going to have to find a little bit more horsepower and make a very nice, clean run down the racing surface, and Dan Pomponio, they're just looking to go out, go A to B, and that machine should go 543 to 545, I would say. Pair's just about set. Red light right side, and Dan Pomponio is going to put it in high gear and run on down the summit side at 5:45.2, 262 miles an hour, exactly what they went in qualifying. Very nice, clean run for Dan Pomponio and the crew here on his birthday. Brian Gullick was 14 thou red and virtually went nowhere right at the hit of the throttle and goes to a 15:62 elapsed time. So the engines come to life on the DXI construction. Camaro and for the Zagota fire prevention. Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Chris Zagota. Body comes down right side. Your number 1 and 4 qualifiers. DJ Cox, number 3 finisher in the Northeast Division last year. Former regional champion. Man of Whiteford, Maryland. On the left-hand side, and Christopher Zagota, Raleigh, North Carolina. Business owner there. Only made one attempt in qualifying, and that was a shutoff run at 8:36. DJ Cox has been making very consistent runs down the racetrack all weekend long. 5:48, 5:43, and 5:42. Put that machine in the number 1 spot. DJ Cox, Chris Zagota. And the upset happened here. Can number 4 take down number 1? Just about to find out. Zagota way late here at the starting line, and this is going to be DJ Cox, top of the racetrack. How about low ET of the weekend? 5:41.1, 269 the speed, and they go right down to that summit side of the racetrack for DJ Cox. 6:29, 196. Zagota makes his best run, but they were way late at the starting line, and DJ Cox never looked back. 5:41.1. And into round number 2 goes DJ Cox here today. We're going to make the call for Super Gas again to the staging lanes, please. Super Gas, 990 category. Super Gas. Go ahead and bring them in the staging lanes. Your attention to the pit area, please. We're going to make the call for Tommy Tape Top Dragster, presented by Select Performance Top Dragster. We need you to the staging lanes, please. Top Dragster. First call, come on down, Top Dragster. All right, so we're going to continue on, and it's Super Gas with our time run. We have called Top Dragster to the staging lanes, please. Top Dragster. We need you to the staging lanes at this time. Rick Homan and Jerry Heffelfinger. Closing the finish line stripe. Heffelfinger at 983. 983 as well for Rick Homan. Now Sean Lang and crew out of Coopersburg, Pennsylvania. Comes up with the Cavalier on the left-hand side. Sergio Santavinia, Boca Raton, Florida. It's at AMC on the right side. Sergio runs 985, 159 miles an hour. Sean Lang at 986, 155. Steve Theodore and Darren Wood now. Steve Theodore's Corvette out of Ohio on the left-hand side of the racetrack, and the Nova out of Connecticut. Unique Paintworks entry for Darren Wood. Steve Theodore, 21 up run and 984, quick by 600s at 163. 1004, 157, Darren Wood down to the top of the racetrack on the right-hand side. Peter Mattery and Bill Monroe now. Monroe right side of New Hampshire with the Ford. And the Monza there for Pete. 538 cubic inch Chevrolet. Top dragster to the lanes, please. Top dragster, we need you to the staging lanes at this time. 981, 152 for Peter Mattery. And 982, 144 the speed for Bill Monroe over there on the right-hand side. George Donhauser and Steve Furr. Next up, Hank Smith and Peter Luciano. Luciano in Malvern, Pennsylvania, the chassis builder. 16 model Chevrolet Camaro. And Hank Smith, the roadster over there on the right side. Closing in 985, 174 miles an hour, and 009 up front for Hank Smith. It's 995, 149. Speed there for Pete Luciano. right, Ricky Hall, left-hand side of the racetrack now. Yorktown, Virginia Camaro, and Oscar Olds, Don Davis built Corvette Roadster. Top end of the racetrack. Olds will run here at 9 and 90 with a 7, 177 miles an hour. Ricky Hall at 987.3, 150 the speed. Craig Porter now, right side, and Larry Forbes going to be alongside. Larry Forbes, finish line stripe of the Vega, 987, 121. 987, 169 for Craig Porter, who was perfect back here at the starting line. So payout from Friday is in Suite 101. Attention. Out in the pit area, if you have payout coming from Friday, it is in Suite 101. They will be there until about 1 o'clock and will reopen around 3. Jim Perry, right side, former world champion out of Tennessee with the S10. And Lance Pintos, Cavalier. Let's go to B44. Jim Perry, 17 up front. Top of the racetrack, the S10 for Jim Perry. Run at 986. 994, 149, the speed there for Lance Pinto. Jeff Fisher and Tom Goldman come to the starting line. Goldman, left-hand side of the racetrack out of Pennsylvania, the chassis builder. New Alexandria, Pennsylvania, political analyst for Jeff Fisher and the Beretta. Jeff Fisher, 40 up front, top of the racetrack. The Beretta runs 988 at 154. 987, 160 the speed for Tom Goldman. Nick Daniels and Eddie Arnold. Daniels right side, Westchester, Pennsylvania, 63 model Corvette, and Eddie Arnold with the Oldsmobile Cutlass over there on the left side. .988 Nick Daniels down to the top end there to the 9.906 run. Eddie Arnold, 16 total at 170. John Taylor over here in the truck. Out in Naples, Florida now, and Bernard Weaver is going to be alongside. Once again, we have called Top Dragster to the staging lane, please. Top Dragster. And bring him into the staging lanes. John Taylor, 55 on the reaction time. Weaver's going to be 39. They close in. Summit side scoreboard lights up for Weaver at 986, 152 on speed to the 990 run, 171. John Taylor. Now this is going to bring up Iggy Bochesko and Kevin Maupin. Maupin left side. The House of Pain Performance, Beretta. Corvette out of Warminster, Pennsylvania for Iggy. Jesco comes off the stop, 005 on the reaction time. Kevin's going to be 20 and 993, 169. And 986, 164 mile an hour charge of Iggy Bochesko's entry down the atomizer lane. Next up, Jay Sapelka and James Suspens. Suspens, left side of the racetrack out of Suffolk, Virginia, the Monza. Jay Sapelka from West Virginia with the Charger. Sapelka closes in at 984, with there by 0.06 of a second off the index. 994, 151, the speed there. James Suspens. Comes Dale Harrison. Sanford, North Carolina, the printer. Jones Printing Company, 68 model Chevrolet Camaro. And the 69 model Don Davis. Roadster there for Dave Morris. Harrison runs to a 987 elapsed time. David Moore's at 988.8, 173, the numbers there. Bob Phillips, side of the racetrack now. Dodge Neon out of Philly, Pennsylvania, and Brenda Hunter's Corvette. Gilbert's Automotive, the 565 cubic inch big block. There in the right lane. Finish line, Brenda Hunter at 985, 171 miles an hour down the right-hand side, and Bob Phillips goes 985 as well at 172. Do want to put attention out in the pits to our Superstock competitors. Anybody that has received a Superstock ladder, there is going to be a revised ladder coming out in just a few moments. There will be a revised Superstock ladder in a few moments. So if you've already received a copy of the ladder, there will be a revised one for Superstock here momentarily. Scott Lawton and Rich Price now. Rich Price, left side of the racetrack out of Royceford, Pennsylvania. And for PerformanceTees.com, Scott Lawton. 57 model Corvette. And Lawton's going to go here at 984, 157. Rich Price at 989, 167 down the left side. James Wober and Bob Farkas. Bob Farkas, 74 model Chevrolet Camaro out of Mechanicsville, Virginia. From Palm City, Florida comes James Wober. Farkas at 987, 150. 997, 156 the speed there for Wober down the Summit lane. Once again, top dragster should be in the staging lanes, please. Top dragster. Attention to the pits, top dragster. We need you in the lanes. And DeBotis. Left side of the racetrack now, the Dodge Dakota from Howell, Michigan. Tom Smith brings up the Logan Transport. Chevy 2, 582 cubic inch Chevrolet for power. Finish line, Thomas Smith, 007 to 979. Way quick there at 154. The Botus' truck at 984.1, 168 the speed. Dave Ansbach, left side. Ansbach with the Barracuda, the chassis builder. Doug Marsters. Wheels that 64 model Corvette. Ansbach and Marster down to the top of the racetrack, and this one's going to be 980, 156 miles an hour to the 994, 152 charge. BJ Keister, Ted Leahy. Ted Leahy has the 91 model Cutlass, Massachusetts, the excavator by trade. BJ Keister. The Nova wagon over there on the right side for the Mid-Atlantic Top 90 Association. Of course, a race promoter there for the super categories. Jake Keister at 981.3, 110 miles an hour with the wagon to the 983 charge at 167 miles an hour for Ted Leahy. He was a top 10 finisher in the division last year in the category. Dale Conson comes out of Maryland now. Left-hand side of the racetrack with the Corvette. And Dean Mathauser's Pontiac GTO from Newport News, Virginia, over in the right lane. Ian Mathauser, 989, 155. The speed going down the right side. Both were 008 up front. 984, 163 the numbers for Dale Conson. Tom Stalba and Ray Sawyer now. Two good guys head to head in this time round. Tom Stalba, left side of the racetrack, has the NA Auto Salvage Chevrolet. Camaro for Ray Sawyer. Top 5 finish in the world from last year. Tom Stalba 003 and 985, 168 to the 989, 176 charge for Ray Sawyer Chevrolet Camaro. Coming out of the burnout box left side, that is going to be the Cutlass for the Clear Springs, Maryland-based Derek Clark and Tommy Corbett. Brings that Daytona to the starting line. 340 cubic inch Dodge. Derek Clark, Tommy Corbett, as we near the end of Super Gas. And we will roll into top dragster qualifying session. Thou Red does not matter though for Derek Clark. They come off the stop, and the Oldsmobile closes in on the 1,320-foot mark at 981, 161, 985, 154. The numbers for Tommy Corbett. Craig Slack's going to make a single run in the Maverick now, and this will officially end out Super Gas. Craig Slack, North Carolina-based Ford Maverick, turns at 10 thou red. And the atomizer side scoreboard lights up at 982, 159. All right, rolling into Tommy Tape Top Dragster presented by Select Performance. This is going to be a qualifying run. Kendall Payne and Deborah DeGenova match up here. Deborah DeGenova out of New Hampshire, the software engineer. Left-hand side, and Kendall Payne, Danny Nelson built entry out of Waynesboro, Virginia, the 19-year-old, the 598 cubic inch power built Chevrolet. 008 to an 11. DeGenova closes in, top end at 673, 194. 710, 186 the speed there for Kendall Payne down the right side. Jared Kissinger now. At Fernville, Pennsylvania, the chassis motor with that machine on the left lane, and Brooke Foley. Brooke Foley, a 615 cubic inch Chevrolet, the M&M race car for the nurse. Disregard the red light start. Brooke Foley closes in on the quarter-mile mark at 7:08, 186 miles an hour to the 676 charge at 197. Jared Kissinger, the summit lane. Now it's Bruce Mullins and Rick Bell. Bruce Mullins, the Pro Charge Chevrolet, the American race car to Fredericksburg, Virginia for the painter. Rick Bell's Dan Page, chassis dragster from New Hampshire. Top end of the racetrack, Bruce Mullins at 6:37.1, 202 miles an hour. Rick Bell was way red. An issue there at 777, 152, with nowhere near the performance potential for that entry. Nick Maloney completes the burnout right side. Mechanic out of Brentwood, New Hampshire, and Scott Lucan. Went some rounds yesterday. Got down to the quarterfinals. Lucan's machine, Perry Hall, Maryland. Nick Maloney is 007 green. Finish line stripe, the rear Morrison 665 cubic inch Chevrolet runs down to a 660 laps time. 199.35 the speed. Scott Lucan goes to number one at 622.6, 224. Nice run for Scott Lucan over there on the left-hand side. Now, Val DeGenova and Gary Kobe. Gary Kobe's entry. 632 nitrous-fed Chevrolet out of Connecticut. And the New Hampshire. Let's try that. Ace Machinist. Val. Problems for DeGenova. Gary Kobe's going to go A to B here at 691. 195 the speed. DeGenova 681, 195 down the left-hand side. Should have been a little quicker than that. Just the car did not leave the starting line. Your attention to pit area, please. We're going to make the call for Competition Eliminator and Tommy Tape Top Sportsman presented by Select Performance. Competition Eliminator and Top Sportsman, go ahead and bring them to the lanes, please. Michael Callan, left side. Number 4 finisher of the Division II last year. And Chad Traylor over on the right side of the racetrack. Made it to the semifinals yesterday. Michael Callan, Chad Traylor, just about set to go. Michael Callan's going to go here at 221.60 the speed of the 727 183 charge and a Chad trailer. Worthy build entry down the right side, and that is going to be good enough to put Michael Callan into the number 1 qualifying spot here today. Kent Newsom backs up on the left-hand side. Forest Hill, Maryland, and Brian Corey's and page entry out of North Salem, New Hampshire for the electrical contractor. Power Technologies. Ryan Corey, top end of the racetrack, is going to run here at 6.503. Kent Newsom, quicker there at 6:37.211. Kent Newsom goes to the number 4 spot. Ryan Corey goes to number 5, and now that's going to bring up 2 more. Ron Klein out of Livingston Manor, New York. Klein & Sons Logie. An American Race Car, 632 cubic gauge Chevrolet, and Vince Mussolino, the Pro Charged. Race Tech from Bridgeport, New York. You're in the left lane. Vince Mussolino, 009 and 655 with a 9. 204.48 on speed. Ron Klein runs on down to a 701, 189 mile per hour charge. Klein goes to 12, Mussolino to number 6. Here in Top Dragster qualifying, we have called Competition Eliminator and Top Sportsman into the lanes, please. Here comes yesterday's runner-up on the right side. Al Staffery and Alden Miller. Alden Miller, truck driver from Chester, Maryland. In the left lane. Stafford going to run to a 6:65 elapsed time there to the 6:89 for Alden Miller. Now yesterday's winner comes up on the left-hand side of the racetrack. The Jakes.com Select Performance Dan Page build race car for Al Kinney and Brandon Miller's Canterbury, Connecticut based machine for the 17-year-old. Brandon Miller, 40 up front. Al Kinney's 15 green and 6:07. 223 miles an hour for Al Kinney. 683, 194 for Brandon Miller down to the top of the racetrack. Philip Molishella and Joe DePascal. Pascal out of New Jersey, Trans Specialties. 2012 Miller-built race car. And Phil Molishella, paramedic out of Westchester, Pennsylvania, with the right side. Molishella runs here at 7 flat, 672, 198. The numbers for Joe T. Pascal, who was 25 up front, puts that machine in the number 10 spot. Molishella goes to 17, and now here comes Ken Moses left side. So Steve Furr, Ken Moses. Side by side here in their qualifying run. Steve Furr, 17 up front. Ken Moses is 13 green. And at 6.109, Steve Furr, 216 miles an hour, be number one qualifier, 6:48, 2:05. Ken Moses to the top of the racetrack. Alan O'Brien's going to end out the category here. The AMC-powered Race Tech Dragster out of West Virginia. Alan O'Brien at 6.149, 217 miles an hour. A nice run down the left-hand side for Alan O'Brien and the crew. 10 down, top dragster qualifying. They're going to be number 2 in the order there. Now rolling to comp eliminator, Lonnie Johnson and Anthony Magram. Anthony Magram backs up left side. The altered entry, 690 cubic inch Ford in the B altered automatic. South Chesterfield, Virginia comes Lonnie Johnson for Compact Auto Works. Lonnie Johnson, Anthony Magram, first pair in competition eliminator qualifying. Top Sportsman should be in the lanes, please. If we're not already there, Top Sportsman. Problems there for Lonnie Johnson. Anthony Magram's going to go on down the summit side at 6:55, 211 miles an hour off the 716 index. Comes Bill Scott and Paul DeAgrapont. DeAgrapont, AA Pro Mod Camaro, rolls into the water box out of Mooresville, North Carolina. And the Glen Allen, Virginia. Extra automatic for Bill Scott to be alongside. All right, so Paul DeAgrapont, Bill Scott, just about set to go. The Agripod pedals a little bit there, and the Chevrolet Camaro at 602, 242 miles an hour. 694, 191 for Bill Scott to the top of the racetrack. Over there on the left-hand side for the Ford-powered Spitzer race car. The Agripod goes 60 under, put him number 2. Scott at 45 under the index. Oh, Kevin. Paul Talling. On the right side. CKS Racing and Art Hodges brings up the Hodges Custom Homes Chevrolet Camaro. Lucas Oil Racing TV out of Roland, North Carolina. To the left-hand side. Running through the gears, Art Hodges down the left-hand side. The Chevrolet Camaro is going to run at 723 off the 785 index at 188. 824, 163. The numbers there for Kevin. Down the right-hand side. So we'll be on hold for just a moment.